Hey guys, it's Static P, and I'm here with the Beta Cat.
Hello.
Hello. And today we are apparently having an accent. Anyways, apparently, no, today we're doing another Don't Worry Wednesday, and, I have invited all of you to share that experience with us just now. Welcome. This is where we read comments about people who want to give us the comments and, talk about them and their issues.
You real good describe.
What?
You described the good one.
Yeah, that was 100%. Welcome to Don't Worry Wednesdays, where we discuss issues that people private message us or leave us on YouTube. That the issues that they're having, and we try to do our best to speak English correctly and give them advice. So here we go. Sorry. Would you want to read the first one, Derek?
I sure will, Ryan. I'm gonna read the one.
Okay, great.
So
Glad
this
you're
was
doing it, not me.
shared.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Okay, here we go. So this one was shared to me privately on YouTube. So I'm gonna have this one as anonymous. But this person said, "Hey man, I'm wondering about how I should go about meeting people. I'm in college, but I've always been shy and I don't have much confidence. I have a small group of friends. We only talk through Discord since we live far away from each other. I also want to find a girl, but without confidence that is going to be next to impossible. I have anxiety, which doesn't help anything. You might have covered this in the past and I just missed it." Cool. So, what do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, as for, I just kind of want to start with the, just kind of throwing one to the side a little bit. For finding a girl, I don't think you should worry about that. It seems like to me, usually a girl comes to me and I end up in a relationship with them when I'm least expecting or wanting it. If I'm searching or looking to find a romantic relationship with a girl, that's likely because I want to satisfy my own desires in that realm, and that's not a good way to go about romance and love. I can understand the desire to want those things, but just don't worry about it. It will come. Don't try to force yourself on a girl or find one. That will just likely come. And, just as long as you're around girls, that will come. So don't worry about it. Yeah. Anyway, so as for making friends and meeting people and that sort of thing, for me, I've told a story many times about how I, in Don't Worry Wednesday, how I was pretty antisocial and I didn't have very many friends. But basically, up until the last 2 years of high school, that was the case. I had a lot of bullies and that sort of thing. I was pretty anxious. I had anxiety issues, I suppose, as well. So I changed that. My second to last year of high school, I started forcing myself to be the person I wish I was. Because there's nothing wrong with pretending to get, I was pretending to be the person I wanted to be, and I wanted people to see me as, and I wanted to see me as. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's basically just forcing yourself to be the better you. And I basically forced myself to sit down next to people that were either strangers I didn't know very well, or even people I knew in the past that I didn't necessarily have a good relationship with. But I would sit down next to them, and just bring up a random topic. I'd be like, "Hey, I really like your shoes. That's pretty cool. Did you pick those out, or how'd you get them?" Or compliment their pants. Complimenting was always nice because it helped initiate a conversation about a specific item or quality about who they were. Like, wow, I think it's awesome that you're able to just talk to everybody in school and have no issues. Like, that takes a lot of courage And they'd be like, no, it doesn't really take a lot of courage for me. I mean, it comes really naturally. And you're like, oh, really? And then you just start up a conversation. So compliments are always a really good way to meet people, a good way to make friends. One very important thing I learned by doing this is that when it comes to people, what matters most is not what you look like to them, but what they look like to themselves when you're around them. Because when you are around them and you make them look good to themselves, they'll want to come back to you for more. Because everyone likes to feel good about themselves. And when they feel good about themselves around a specific person, they want to be around that person more because they feel good. They just generally feel good. So if you make people feel good about themselves, tell them how they're awesome. Let them know all the values that you see in them. That is a great way to form friendships and lift each other up, and they'll continue to lift you up through that, and it creates a really great environment. So just keep that in mind. What matters most is not what you look like to them, but what they look like to themselves. So how you go about this is you're going to have to force yourself. There's no way around it. There's no way to, you might have to motivate yourself. I'm not sure how you're going to do that, but either way, one way or another, you're going to have to force yourself. It's not going to happen naturally. But once you get into the situation, it's going to be awkward at first, but the awkwardness will disappear relatively quickly. It did for me, at least. I would sit down next to him and I'd be like, oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then I would raise a question or say a compliment, and they would respond, and I'm like, oh man. And then, I'd respond with another thing. And then before you know it, I'm actually having a genuine conversation with the person. Sometimes it fails. Sometimes it is awkward and you just leave awkward. But that's okay, because here's what's going to happen. 20 years from now, you won't even remember the conversation you had with that person that was awkward. Or if you do, it's just going to be really funny. But the people that you do meet by doing that, the friendships could last 20 years. And so it was totally worth it. So, sometimes life is awkward. Sometimes you have a reason to be anxious. But in the end, those moments, if you live your life based on them, based in fear of them, you're only holding yourself back. So you have to force yourself. You have to understand that, yes, it might be awkward, but that's okay. And the awkwardness will disappear. And this is the only way that not the only way, but this is a good way to make friends. If that's what you want to do, you have to put yourself out there and just be the best you can be, and genuinely compliment people, start up conversations, be interested in the things they're interested in, and it will work out. Anyways, as I suppose not super specific, but kind of a broad set of tips and advice, and I'll let the rest go over to Derek.
Awesome. I agree with all of that. I don't have much to add on. Yeah, just go out there, be yourself. The first time for everything is always scary. That's gonna go with everything. First time going to a new place, first time saying hello to someone, it's always hard because it's new, you don't know what's gonna happen, and the reaction is what scares you the most. But then again, if you don't go for it, you'll never know what the reaction is. It could be the best reaction of all time, and you're missing out because you're scared. So yeah, just give it your best, go for it. And as Ryan said, the worst possible thing that can happen is just being awkward. And that's not that big of a deal. Fast forward and you'll just look back and be like, haha, I should have said that person's hair was better. Maybe that would have worked. Or you don't really have to think those things at all. But yeah, for the most part, just be yourself. Do your thing, and before you know, you're going to be attracting a lot of people because that's just how it is. You start off not knowing how to really converse with people because you're nervous and whatnot. And just with anything else, in due time, it just comes naturally. And soon you'll be talking to everyone. And with the girl part, I also agree with Ryan. Don't go looking for it. I wouldn't say so much with confidence, because you don't have to go with the intention of, hey, I'm going to make that girl my girlfriend or have a relationship with that girlfriend. Just talk to the girl like she's just another person. And then see what happens from there. Because, yeah, when you go looking for a relationship or trying to make it happen, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't go the way you want because it's all one-sided, it's all selfish desires. You're trying to make something manifest out of nothing, which is totally fine because girls that go for you are doing the same thing, or it just comes naturally. You talk to a girl talks to a boy, just out of pure curiosity of friendship. They find out they actually enjoy each other's company very much, and then things happen. But most of the time when you go with an intention of that girlfriend, baby mama right now, it's not gonna work out too well. And same thing with the girls. But I think it's like a lot easier for girls because girls have pretty hair and eyes and stuff. Boys just have big noses and whatever.
Anatomy.
Yeah, yeah, that's all I really got.
Thanks, appreciate it. This next one is from it's a private message on Twitter, and they asked. They didn't ask me not to say their name, so I'm just gonna call him Seb. That's what he asked. That's what he said most people call him, so I'll just call him Seb. Seb was asking us for advice. He apparently, basically has, he was born with a disease, I suppose you could say. And so he's mostly in the hospital. He was in his hospital most of his life. And when he wasn't, he was kind of bound to a wheelchair because of some issues. And in this, he's made a lot of friends on the computer and things like that, internet. But he's kind of worried because his friends that were on the computer have mostly left him, besides 2 of them. When he asks them if about their friendship with him, they usually avoid the subject. So he's getting a little bit worried in that sense. And he's also doesn't really know what to do with his life because he's, bound to a wheelchair and he doesn't know what his talents are. And he's getting to be about the age of getting a career or job started. So Derek and I read through the message, and it's a pretty long one, so I'm kind of summing it up for the audience, which is you. You are the audience. What singular form of audience? An audience? Anyways.
Just one.
Just an audience of one. There you go. Unless you're with your family or something. Anyways. Semantics. Okay, so Derek read this beforehand. Hopefully he can remember enough of it to give us some advice. Give him some advice on what's going on.
So, the first thing I want to start off with is, Seb, you are super dope. Because, judging from the feeling of this message that you gave us, you're a pretty positive dude. Despite all these things you're going through in your life, you have overcame them, you have conquered them, and you're still pushing strong. You even begin to doubt yourself of your own friendship, saying that, oh, maybe I'm a bad person. And what that tells me is you're fully aware and conscious of your own decisions that you make. Yes, there are people in your life who may not be the best positive influence, but at the same time, you're also very aware of your own actions. And that's really cool. That's very rare to find in people. And, I'm very sorry to hear of this disease that you have. But at the same time, I know you're going to pull through this. And the thing about being not motivated, I feel that you're actually very motivated. Because even at the end of this message, you say, to be honest, I'm actually just happy enough if you read this, since it's hard to keep all this for myself without breaking. You go on saying that you don't have siblings in your life to express these things to, or rather, you don't have anyone to express these things to, that you keep them deep down inside. But your message is written in a positive note. When I read this, I'm not reading this from a sad individual, I'm reading this from someone who understands what they're going through. And they're not putting pity on themselves, and they don't expect to have pity with them. And that's really cool, man. Like, I'm at a loss for words because just of the feeling I get when I read your message the first time. And I'm reading it again because it is quite lengthy, so I'm trying to summarize it all up, so apologies if I'm a little bit all over the place. But You're 15 years old. You're going to be 16 this year in April. Happy super extreme early birthday. Hopefully, when that time comes, I'll be sure to say happy birthday to you during that time. But you're 15 years old, and you got a pretty good head on your shoulders. So what are the tips that we can offer you? Well, you say as you go forward into life, getting older, you get both physically and mentally weaker because of your disease and disabilities. But at the same time, I feel you're growing as a person. And though that doesn't really amount to the physical attributes of the human physique, if you will, I believe that you being strong as an individual, putting that into mentality and into physical possibilities, which I know you are limited to, but when you write this to us, you're willing to work for it. You're going to work for it. So the tips that I want to give you is keep doing what you're doing. You may be second guessing your friendship with these people. And if you truly feel that they may be fake or you may be using a fake personality, then the best thing for you is to move on. Because you don't need that kind of influence in your life. You have a far greater future waiting ahead of you. And I wholeheartedly believe in that. You may not know what exactly it is that you want to do when that time comes. You may not be sure what path you're going to take. But I know that you're going to be going there headstrong, because regardless of whatever it is that life has put you through and has given you, you're still here right now. You've surpassed many people who do not have disease or disabilities or these fake problems that they put upon themselves because they think they need that. You have real issues going on, and yet when I read your message, I'm reading it from a person that's happy, that's positive, that wants to continue living life in that fashion. And the last tip I want to give you is just be yourself, because right now, you're pretty awesome, man. And that's it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. As Derek said, when I read this message, I was like, man, this guy's got it tough, but at the same time, Seb, you like you said in the beginning, you say, I'm usually very positive and I joke around tons. And I can see just by the way that you write the message, it says a lot about who you are. Even just the way that you write it. It says you never been able to really give yourself an education because of your condition. In fact, that you've probably lived most of your life in the hospital. But here's the thing. Clearly, you have been giving yourself an education because you are succeeding in ways that I wish I would have been when I was your age. 15, 16 years old, I didn't have any social skills whatsoever. I didn't know how to, as Derek said, you thought maybe I'm the problem, with why my friends are leaving or something. That's an amazing thought, because you're putting the blame on yourself, which allows you to actually take care of it instead of blaming others or giving them the responsibility to fix it. You've taken it up yourself. That's awesome. So like Derek said, you've got a lot going on for you, which is amazing. You seem like an incredible individual. Maybe you've said something that they didn't like, or maybe you weren't entertaining enough for them, which that's not anything wrong. Like if you're not entertaining enough for somebody so they move on, then whatever. It's like you've done nothing wrong, then don't feel like you've done anything wrong, as Derek said, maybe just go around, make some new friends. It's never too late to make new friends, and it's always good. And I've had friends since I was in high school, and pretty much literally none of those friends in high school are my friends now. They're not enemies. They're more than acquaintances. I would say, we've had a past with each other. They're friends, but I don't talk to any of them. And that's 100% okay with me. I don't need that. But friends are important. I have friends. Derek is one of my friends. I have many friends. They're all new friends that I've made over the past couple of years or even in the past month. And they're wonderful and I love being around them. So making friends, trying to hold on to your old ones, these are things you can think about. You seem to have a good head on your shoulder where you are able to think clearly about things to yourself and make logical reason with yourself and come to good conclusions. You know, it's always good to reflect and make a decision and go with it and force yourself to make sure you do those things. So yeah, just like Derek said, just keep doing what you're doing. As for being worried about what you're going to do in the future with career and that sort of thing, worrying about not getting education and that sort of thing, I bet you're pretty good with technology and computers since you've done so much on computers with your life. I bet you're pretty good at computers, and I bet you do have a small passion for computers. So maybe you'll find something there that you can do, that you can create something with and give to the world. Or maybe you can land a desk job somewhere where you don't have to even go into work. You can just work from home. Use your talents to, and don't sell yourself short. Hold yourself high because you're awesome. Hold the bar high on yourself for how good you are at things. Because I'm sure that you are. So, anyways, basically what I'm saying is you'll figure it out and you'll find a way, but put some thought into it and do something that you can do, but also don't belittle yourself and think that, oh, I'm not smart enough. I haven't been educated. Here's something, a little interesting fact about life in college. You go through college and you go through 4 years of college to get a job. And then you get a job and they say to you, forget everything you learned about college. We're going to teach you what we actually do here. I'm not kidding. That happens over and over and over again. I've heard that from so many people. You get a job and they say, oh, yeah, that's what they tell you in college, but actually this is what we do. And they'll take you step by step at the job, how to do it. And it's easy. Pretty much 90% of all jobs are like that. You get a degree for the job and you didn't need it. Not saying that the education is bad or it's not worth going for, but what I'm saying is you are smart enough and don't belittle yourself because your lack of education because you weren't able to achieve it. You wrote me this whole thing. You're from Sweden and you've used English to communicate with us like 99% perfectly. There was only one error I remember seeing in this whole thing. And it was, you said in hospital instead of in a hospital. That's the only issue, which it completely, I knew exactly what you're saying. There's been no issue. You are a smart individual. So don't worry, be you, be awesome, and give to the world what you can give it. You've got a lot to offer. I can tell just by your attitude. You have a ton to offer to the world, so go out there and offer what you are, because what you are needs to be in the world. Because you're amazing. And that's it. So, thank you for joining us all on this Don't Worry Wednesday, and it's time for the jokes.
Hooray.
Hooray! Like always, I didn't bring anything to the table. Awkward! Why are you so
But see,
awkward?
actually take this as a represent sample of trying to talk to someone.
Yeah.
It's like Ryan and I were we saw you guys, you're a group of people hanging out at the cool table, and then Ryan was like, we should go talk to them, and I was like, I don't know. Oh boy, I'm kind of scared, Ryan.
Don't worry, we can handle this. I'll take you through it step by step. And then I go in and does everyone love sausages? And they're like, dude, get away from us. And I'm like, yep, see, that's how it goes sometimes. We're gonna try the next table. Hi, does everyone love sausages? Who is this guy? And then you learn pretty quickly you don't want to go to a new table with me. Because either everybody loves sausages or everything gets awkward.
But if you try real hard and you go to that last table and ask them if they like sausages, someone's gonna answer. You'll be like, yes, who are you? And then I'll try to come in and do my best, and I'm, that's cool. What kind of sausages you like? I like the big fat ones. And then the guy will just look at you real weird. And then Ryan will totally start like slipping into the background. And I'll turn around like, hey Ryan, what kind of sausages do you, where are you going, man? We're about to make new friends. And then like the school security guard comes and like grabs you and is like, come here, sausages boy. And like, that's not cool, man, I'm not even fat. I'm sweaty, but I'm not fat.
I'm sweaty, but I'm not fat. I've been stuffed with lots of things, but I'm not fat.
I may not be able to do the exercising, but I can do this. And then all of a sudden, like, I went from talking real shy to talking like real weird.
That's actually a good point. I remember one time when I went to go see, I went to basically be involved in a group of people I had never met before, except for one of them. One of them was inviting me, and I had barely met him, but I didn't want to like tell him no. But he's like, hey, come to this campfire we're having. I'm like, okay. So I came, and before I got there, I was like, this is gonna be so awkward, and I'm gonna go in and be silent and say nothing the whole time. And then I was like, wait a minute, I have an idea. I'm gonna go in with this crazy attitude like I'm the most outgoing individual ever made. And I went in there and I was like, guys, how's it going, man? Long time no see. And they were like, yeah, man, actually, we never seen you before. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm just kidding with you. But anyways, and then we got in this conversation and it actually worked really well. Like, me and one of the individuals that I had never met before became like really close friends for a time. So we eventually kind of parted because we were in different communities and didn't have a reason to talk to each other. But anyways, it was pretty sweet.
Dude,
so
I actually have a story just like that.
Really?
I remember I was going to an event with a couple of friends, and I saw a guy, and he looked really familiar because I knew him in high school, but we were like miles out, so there's no way. But just deep down inside, I was like, dude, that's Carlos, which it totally wasn't. But I went up to him like, because I knew him really well in high school. So I was like, dude, what's up, man? I didn't say his name. I said, dude, what's up, man? I put my arms out like for a hug. And he was like, yo, dude, what's up? How you been? And we hugged and we started talking. And then like we talked for a good 10 minutes. And then like it slowly started seeping in like, wait a second, this guy doesn't sound like Carlos? He actually doesn't look like Carlos. And then he looked at me and he's like, so man, what's your name? And I was like, my name's Derek, what's your name? It's like, oh, my name's Neil. It's like, do we know each other? I was like, no, but you said, how's it going, man? It's like, oh, I was just doing it because you're doing it.
Yes, exactly. It's so true. It happens. It totally happens.
Yeah, like that one guy can totally think you're just super crazy, but he doesn't want you to feel left out. Just
right.
Like, this guy needs my help.
This guy's messed up inside. He needs me right now, so I'm gonna provide him a little sanity.
Yeah,
hey man,
like,
yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, it's like when I first met Ryan. So everyone heard this story before, but I'll tell it again. So when we first met Ryan, there's like two of me, but when I first met Ryan, we were at an ice cream shop, and he was gonna get an ice cream, but he didn't have enough money. And I was like, hey man, like, I get you. So I only had enough for one ice cream. So they gave us the ice cream cone, and like, we ate the ice cream cone, and then Ryan was holding the ice cream in his hand, and like, it was dripping.
Yeah. Well, apparently, if you share a cone with somebody, don't eat the cone first, because then there's nothing for the ice cream to sit on. Lesson learned. But that was fun, because then Derek was able to just lick the ice cream off my hand, and that posed awkward situations and looks from other viewers. But it was a bonding experience, you know, like no other.
Yeah, I learned that Ryan was really good at holding ice cream.
Holding ice cream is my second specialty.
What's your first specialty?
I haven't figured it out yet. Might be eating ice cream cones.
Yeah, so next time you guys go buy ice cream, just eat from the bottom up. Don't eat from the top down.
Yeah, because otherwise you won't have the same experience. Here's the thing. If you eat from the ice cream down, you know what you're gonna get. If you eat from the cone up, you don't know what's gonna come. You don't know what you're gonna get, which is way better. It's like having an experience where you don't know what's gonna happen next, which makes it fun.
Yeah, especially if like the ice cream's been sitting for a while. So when you take a bite out of the cone, it could be like just a waterfall of chocolatey goodness, or it's still frozen and you just like eat into the like the ball ice cream thing.
Yeah.
And
And then. Okay.
That was a great story.
Yeah, that is a great story.
That was a lot better than the other joke nah.
What? The one about the lemons?
Yeah.
What happens? What happens when
I was trying
life gives
to cover for you because you didn't bring to the table.
Shh, shh, shh. We went to the tables. You remember? We went to the tables. We went to the lunch tables.
Oh yeah, the
and
big
we
fat
offered them-
sausages. They're really
didn't
juicy sometimes.
Yep, ice cream cones and sausage bites.
It's just like inside your ice cream. Like you got the ice cream cone, the guy puts the sausage like wiener up, and then they put the ice cream on top of it.
I'm just imagining an ice cream cone stuffed with a sausage, and then around the sausage is the ice cream. So you're like licking it, and all of a sudden you're like, "What is that? What is in my ice cream?"
It adds texture, dude.
And you're like, the person who's not like scared enough to just toss it is like kind of licking at it still, and they're like, "This is so weird." What
Dude,
is
that
this?
would be weird because you're gonna start licking the sausage.
And then you're like, dude, the heck?
And it's not gonna be good when you get the vanilla flavor.
It's all like a wet, creamy, like sugary, ice cream infused sausage. Or the person who eats the cone first is gonna get a very delightful surprise when they taste basically what would be waffle breaded sausage.
Smoky.
Ice cream cones now with sausage. Why? No one wants that. Can I get 2 of them, please, though? Because now I'm curious. Why would someone want
Can I
that? Is it
get
actually
2 of
good?
them? I just lick them at the same time.
Yeah. I'm so curious why that would be a thing on the menu that I must buy it to decide if it's actually good or not. Can you get me 2, please?
Take 2 of the wiener ice cream.
Yes.
You can call them ice wiener.
That doesn't sound good at all. That sounds like you took a hot dog and froze it, and then you just hand it to him.
Or creamy
Cold.
wieners, I don't know.
No, no, you can't go back. Oh man.
One of you watching, be an entrepreneur and make them.
Yes, please. I won't buy them though. I probably would buy them though. I probably would, just for the novelty of the fact that it existed and I kind of had part in making it up.
It would be like an icy hot, like it'll be cold and then just like a hot wiener on the inside.
Yeah, it really should be hot. It really should be. Because lukewarm would just be disgusting. Or cold. Like, because you
No.
get to it, it would be this like this room temperature sausage, and you're like, or slightly cold, and you just be licking it, and it's like this smooth surface that has a weird, like,
Smooth surface.
a smooth surface, but it's not like ice cream, and it's cold and tastes like a sausage skin with like some seasonings. Like, you could do different flavors though. You could be like breakfast sausage on a cone, or you can do Italian sausage, or like a kielbasa, which would be ridiculous.
Oh my god.
I would want it to be hot. Like like really hot on the inside, like fresh out of the deep fryer hot.
Or you can have the sausage like just room temperature, dip it into a batter of ice cream, then flash freeze it, and then the stick is the wiener. So when you finish the ice cream, you get to eat the wiener after.
That sounds so gross. Or like inject ice cream into the sausage.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And then when you bite it, it just like starts oozing out.
So sick, man. Have you ever gotten those? Have you ever gotten those cheese-filled hot dogs?
Yeah.
I don't know who buys those. They're so weird. I mean, they're okay, but they're so weird. The cheese isn't like a good quality cheese. You're getting
it's
crap
like
quality with crap cheese, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, it's not even cheese, dude.
Yeah, what is that? They like take the powder, fill it, and then like just throw it in a bucket of water. Like, I don't know what happened here, but I don't like it.
Like, for all we know, it could just be like really condensed fat.
Yeah.
It's not even cheese at all.
It's not even cheese. Like, it's like their sausages came out funky one time. They're like, well, that'd be a pretty big loss. We'll just call it cheese. It kind of tastes like cheese, right? And then they're like, yeah, but how do we reproduce it? People like it. And people liked it, so then they had to figure out how to reproduce it. And it's really just like whatever's in there.
Dude, put the cheesy wieners in the ice cream.
Oh, sick! Sick! This like cheesy wiener
Dude,
ice cream cone.
instead of sprinkles, you put cheddar cheese on it.
Get your cheesy wiener ice cream cones here. Everybody stop by, get your cheesy wiener ice cream cones. Everyone's like looking at the man like he's mad. Come on, got powdered cheese sprinkles on the top.
Ew. And then they pour pepper on it?
With a dash of pepper and salt. No, please. Get that away from me. I'll have two. It's like, go away, dude. That sounds gross. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of curious now. You actually sell them? Yeah, man. I sell lots of them. Okay, I'll have two.
Starts ringing his bell. Mary Jane, we sold one!
We sold one! I think you said we sold a lot.
What?
We sold a lot of pretzels. This is the first time we sold a cheesy wiener ice cream cone.
Cheesy.
Actually, you might be an idiot. Dude, take your cheesy wiener ice cream cone back. I don't want it. No, you should really try it. It's good.
And then they serve you like the bucket, like the quart size ice cream with a wiener in it, but the wiener has a hole in it so you can suck on it like when the ice cream starts melting.
Oh, so use that as a straw.
Yeah.
Mmm. Hot dog straw for your ice cream when it melts. I can see that as a commercial on TV. Like they have those like flavored straws, like, and they're like, it's a hot dog straw. Use it in your ice cream when it melts. Use it in a sundae.
Call now and get 2 for free.
Get two.
That's by shipping and handling.
Lasts 80 days.
Mom,
Wait.
I want the wiener straw.
Real hot dog.
You can suck the.
Put it in your lemonade. Real. Real hot dog. Real taste.
Real taste.
like sucking tuna fish out of a can. Packed with flavor. It's like drinking water out of a fire hose, except for it's not water. It's like dousing yourself in vinegar and going to the shopping mall and asking so many people to be your friend. It's like, what? It's like what? Mom, can we get that? Mom, the hot dog suckies. We need those. Hot dog sucky straws. Mom, look, 80 days. I don't think we can trust that, honey.
No, trust the man, Mom.
Mom, you sound so excited. It's gotta be real. It's gotta be real excited about it, cause look at that. You said it's like.
It sounds
like
so chicken.
You said it's like dousing yourself in vinegar and going to the mall and asking people to be your friend. That's how awesome it is.
Yeah, Mom, don't be such a muerte.
Mom, don't be such a muerte. Hot dogs aside, everyone have a wonderful evening / morning / afternoon / the in-between stages of any of those? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a professional time teller. But I want you to have a wonderful day and a wonderful night, and I'll see you next Wednesday. This is a really great awkward ending for everybody.
Don't forget to tell about the comments.
Shh. Everyone, shh. Listen. If you want to, leave a comment about your feelings and stuff. No, if you're going through, like, that's pretty generic. Everyone's gonna do that. Everyone leaves their opinion, which is great. I'm glad they do. Okay, so if you're going through life and you feel like, I could really use some advice on this subject, please leave a comment in the comment section below or send us a private message on Twitter or YouTube, and we will do our best to take the ones that are good for the show or the ones that are most thumbs up and do a talk on it next Wednesday. And we hope that the advice that we've given you guys today really helps you. And we hope to give more advice to help more people in the future. See ya next time.